Okay, this is what it's going to look like. These are the buckets I was working on. There's a few of them. And I have drilled the holes every 16.5 inches all the way down. I've got to do that a lot. That's a lot of holes. And I'm telling you what, I'm drilling it with a hole saw. That's a 1 1/4 inch bit. I'm pulling these out of that hole saw because it goes inside of there. You got to get a little screwdriver. Yeah, you like my pink screwdriver? Sorry, Darlene, I borrowed it. Anyway, you got to pry that out of there. That's a bunch of them all down through there. Anyway, we're getting her done. Oh, I wanted to show you this too. I made a jig to do this with. It's got a couple 2x2s, put them together, made it so it's tight so it holds it straight, and that joker is lined up. I got every 16.5. Works out really good. All right, well, the last couple days have been very productive in here. I've got most of the, well, I have the returns fixed. They're ready. I have a sump back there and the reservoir all ready to go. But I need to finish the plumbing. This is the delivery system. That's the return. I started filling up some of the buckets with the rice hulls too. But anyway, I got to finish that. I ran out. Didn't plan properly for that last one. So I got to get some more stuff. Get that set up, start bringing buckets in here, and then hook up the pump. I gotta get that reservoir plumbed and hook up the pump and, well, I'm sorry, the delivery pump and the sump. It's gonna take both. And I gotta finish the electric, get it back there. Still got a lot to do. All right, now I'm getting ready to start running my feed lines from the ball valves this way, and I'm going to start drilling the holes for these top hat grommets. And this is what I use. These things aren't cheap. There's 500 of them, and the cheapest you can normally find is about 40 cents a piece, and I found them for 33 cents a piece, I think. Anyway, if you're interested in these things, let me know. I had a company that I do a lot of business with, and they matched the price of another place that I wasn't. I really like keeping my business with certain companies. They do me right, and I try and keep my business with them. But anyway, these are 3/8 inch on the outside, 1/4 inch on the inside. And that's what you use this feed line for. This is what's going to go inside that and go into each bucket. So anyway, I'm going to start drilling holes every 18 inches on here. I'm going to start the first one from down there, and I'm going to go measure it off, and we'll start from that end and work this way. Okay, what I've done is I've went and taken this piece of 3/4 down to the ball valve and laid it down beside it and kind of eyeballed it to kind of make it even with each one of these holes. They're right at 16.5 inches apart, and so are these. So I'm doing a pretty good job. I just measured it off, so they're right at about 16.5, 16.25 every one of them. That's good enough because I'll be running that flexible feed line to it. And I used a 3/8 inch bit there to drill a hole. I just kind of marked them off with a black marker on here, and then I went through and drilled each hole. And I used a printed line on the PVC. It's not perfect, but it's pretty straight. It's fairly straight, and it'll keep everything on the top, because I'm going to put those grommets, those top hat grommets, these guys. That's a 3/8 inch hole on that side and a 1/4 inch hole on that side, and they just poke in. It's kind of hard to do one-handed, but I'll see if I can get one in there for you. Pop them in, and it is really hard to do one-handed, but I think you get the point. Yeah, that ain't happening. But anyway, you see what I mean. It goes in and looks like that. I've got that all the way down through there like that. Every 16.5 inches apart. With an end cap on the end. Alright. That is one side completely plumbed. Got to do that 1, 2, 3, 4, 3 more times. And I'm doing this after I get off of my day job. You guys wonder how I get things done. It's 7:30 or almost 7:30. It's getting dark, and I've got the lights in here, but I haven't got power run to the house yet. So to this greenhouse. So I'm gonna have to have that done before I can work past 7:30 because it's kind of getting dark. I can't hardly see my marks. But anyway, there you go. It's starting to look pretty good. Till next time. All right, I'm out here filling buckets to carry in. I'm gonna check that first row and see if my idea is gonna work. And I'm pretty sure it will, but I gotta get the first row to work to make sure it's something I want to do with all the other rows. Anyway, I'm just filling up these buckets with the rice hulls, carrying it in there and setting them down. I'll show you what that looks like when I'm done. To keep from digging in the ground with this plumbing, I wanted to stay above the ground, because every time you compromise this ground cover, you allow contaminants, weeds, whatever, anything to come up through it. I'm trying to eliminate that as much as possible. Learned that with the last one. So I'm trying to stay above the ground with this. And what I'm having to do is build these little structures like this to support my plumbing. And this is what it looks like. And I keep it above the ground. I can tear it apart, move it around, whatever I want to do. If I want to make this into a different kind of house with closer rows, I can do that. I wanted a little flexibility here. Seems like I change things up a lot, but this may end up staying here. I don't know. We'll see. But anyway, this is the way I wanted to do it, and I'm pre-cutting all my lumber for it. These are 2x2s. They're 16 inches. These are 16 inches. That's 11 inches. That's 14 inches, and those are 9. The feet are 9. And I am just kind of let me see. Anyway, those are 9, and I am pre-cutting all of it for all this. So there's a bunch of the wood I've got some more to cut, but this is like a whole kit. This is what it takes to build one right here. And I'll be painting all this white at some point, but I may not get to that this season, but eventually it will get painted, because it wouldn't last too long if it doesn't. Okay, so this is gonna work. These little stands I'm building look like they're gonna do the trick. It's been kind of windy. Here's a bunch more I've made up. Been kind of windy, and this cross breeze isn't affecting them at all. I am taking, well, I've got to go get some more, but these little clamps, I've got them clamped at the bottom, like over there, and at the top. It's holding them pretty steady. Stay tuned. All right, This is not near all of them. As you can see in there, there's already quite a few of them in there, and I still have more to make. But this is the step where we fill the buckets. There's probably 150, 175, something like that in here. But anyway, taking the rice hulls, the parboiled rice hulls, make sure they're parboiled if you're going to do this, because they're clean. There's nothing on them that they put in the fields, or those are clean. So anyway, look here. You're killing me, cat. This is Orion. He's our new garden cat. Actually, greenhouse cat. He's the one that hangs out with me. He just showed up one day. Anyway, that's what happens out here in the country. But anyway, we're filling these, putting them in there. Stay tuned. But there's very little left in there. I mean, well, there's enough to do maybe 4 or 5 more buckets, maybe more than that. But I've done about 300 buckets or so with one bag, so 86 bucks. Y'all try doing that with perlite. Not gonna happen, but there she is. I am going to put the feed lines in. I've got this 1/4 inch feed tube that'll go from here to the, with a spike to the rice hulls, and where the tomatoes are gonna go. I'm gonna put the tomatoes in first, then we'll put the spikes and the feed lines. I put the feed lines, I'm gonna hook all the feed lines in here tomorrow. And I'm going to do a test run with that pump down there. Hope for the best, because I've never even run that pump. I just bought that pump about a month ago off Craigslist. That's a big mama jama, but it's pumping to 300 some odd buckets. Anyway, till next time.